nice trip back.
Yeah.
And you're coming there.
I will.
Then
I'll see you.
give
so
me
when Saturday or Sunday?
any day is fine.
Any days.
Yeah, just message me, and so that I can make arrangements at the entrance and everything.
Okay.
So,
No
and call me when you're there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you may not get the signal, but you'll get the WhatsApp. Will be able to call. Call me and I will come out and get you.
Okay.
Last
No
minute.
problem.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye. It's nice to meet everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Oh, she's lovely. Sweet girl.
She's so lovely.
Okay. You know, someone was asking me. See, you explained the Upanishad, but not Amrita Bindu. I mean, I just mentioned it. Amrita means the nectar of immortality is called Amrita. Amrita. Is it your surname or your name is Meera? What is it? Or both?
Different type. He's not really my son.
Yeah, okay. Meera Amrita. Right? That's how I saved your name. Oh, Amrita meaning immortality. Because what is this knowledge? This knowledge makes you discover that your limitlessness is immortal, free from time. So that is immortality. Say a drop of that because it's a small little Upanishad.
That's why you don't need alcohol.
That's why you don't need alcohol. Exactly. Amrita you're taking. You're getting high on this.
I on Amrita all the time.
So Amrita Bindu, a drop of that nectar that frees you from the whole issue. So Amrita Bindu Upanishad. Upanishad, as I said yesterday, Upa standing for self, Ni Nishchayatmak Jnanam, Shad what it does makes you, negates your ignorance, negates karma, makes you understand that you're Brahman. Brahma Gamayati. That's the meaning of Shad. So Upanishad. Amrita Bindu Upanishad. Okay. Now he says, it's okay. Gavam Aneka Varnanam Shirasyapi Eka Varnata Shiratvat Pashyate Jnanam Linganastu Gavanyata. Gavam Aneka Varnanam. Gavam Aneka Varnanam. Aneka Varnanam. Khirasi Eka Varnata. All of them give milk, and milk is of one color. White milk. There's nothing like else. Cows are different colors. Milk is one color. Okay. Shira what? Pashyate Jnanam. So understand the knowledge. Aham Brahmasmiti Jnanam. Shiravat, that is one. Linga Nistu Gavayata. The lingas, linga here meaning lingate aneneti. By this you understand that. So what do you understand the truth from? The Upanishad, the books. Gavam yatha, they are like the cows. We have published about 112 Upanishads with their translations. There are more Yoga Upanishads in that. So all the Upanishads approaching from different perspectives. Like you take Katha Upanishad. What is beyond death? Straight. Taittiriya Upanishad, what's the nature of the self? Mundaka talks from the maturity of experiences of life. Chandagya talks about, is there something knowing which everything is known? Each Upanishad, each dialogue between the teacher and the student comes with varieties of things. Taittiriya Bhrigu. Son, learning from your son and father are the same issue. The son goes, Bhrigu Vaivarunihi, Bhrigu Sana Varuna. Pitaram Upasasara, he goes to his father to learn. I mean, son must have gone to the father a million times. But today he goes as a student, not as son. Adihi Devo Brahmeti, please teach me about Brahman. Father is a tough teacher. Old school. Old school in the Upanishad, okay? Can imagine how old school. Yata imani bhutani jayanti, yena jatani jivanti, praityam amstam vishanti tad brahma, tapasa brahma vijijnasasva tapo brahmeti. One, know that to be Brahman. Know that Brahman by tapas, by your own vichara now. I have given you enough. Make Brahman your tapas now. Tapas is the reality of your life. Tough school teaching. So each is a different dialogue. Each is a different. Kathopanishad. What is other than dharma? What is other than adharma? What is other than action and not action? If you know that, tell me. The young Nachiketa asking Lord Yama. Different ball game. Arjuna asking, I'm stuck in grief. I don't know how can I kill my own kith and kin. Shokasya par. Help me free from this. Narada going to Sanat Kumara. Sanat Kumar. Shokasya param tarayatu. Take me beyond grief. Sanat Kumara is surprised. Narada, Triloka Sanchari, he's got permanent visa and resident rights to all the three worlds. Walk in and walk out when you want. Multiple entry, residential rights, everything he has got. This, tell me what you know so that I can teach you what you don't know. So Narada gives a list. I'm telling you, that list is so impressive. Okay? Bhuta Vidya. Bhuta Vidya, knowledge of metals and this thing. Pishaj Vidya, knowledge of spirits, etc. Astrology, astronomy, physics. He was. Why do you think the Rakshadas and all left him alone? He could go and tell them anything and walk away. Huge body of knowledge. He says, Sacha Narada, I am in grief. The existential grief. The unwept sorrow in every heart. Shokasya parantara. Different perspective. The question has come from a different standpoint. So I give you a few of them. Okay. Answers are from that standpoint. But what is the answer about? You are Anando. You are Ananda. So the Upanishad may start anywhere. Lingani, one milk, no? One knowledge. One knowledge. That's why there's a famous statement. Ekam Sat. Truth is one. Vipraha Bahuda Vadanti. The wise speak of it in different manners. Why? The truth is not a private property of any person, any religion, any culture. Some cultures have understood, developed it, some cultures have not. But the truth is there as seed in every culture, in everything. That's it. There are always the mystics in every religion or culture who have got it. The mystics get it, the others don't get it because it's not the official version. The mystics have got it. But it's a mystic thing. So they can't communicate. Yeah, exactly. Orally they'll say a few things. They'll give a few pointers. If you get it, if you're evolved enough, you'll get it. Like Ramana. Ramana was a yoga brashta from his previous lifetime. Okay, he had come close to understanding the truth and died before he could understand the truth. So he's born. As a young man, he walked away. 13, 14 or something. He walked away. One word he had written. Arunachalaha. Aruna, that's in the form of light, consciousness. Achalaha, immovable. And got the whole knowledge. A lot of vichara happened. But the pramana still came from outside, okay? Arunachala. Yeah. Then later on, he interacted with scholars like Ra Ganapati, etc. Ganapati Muni, Ra Ganapati, all that people. And he refined his son. The scholars came to see what a wise person looks like. And when his discussion with them, he got the language for it to explain what he had understood. Okay, this is how. So, one guy came to me. He is fed up with the materialism in his family. What is this all the time? It's all about having fun and wealth and money and power. And I got fed up about that. One guy comes to my teacher from extreme poverty. He knows what poverty cannot give you, and he has understood what riches cannot give you. He wants to know what is beyond poverty and riches. Yeah. My batchmate, okay? He's my batchmate. The people come from different things and different sources. Yeah. So, there'll be different dialogues. Some may come from a very orthodox background. Very orthodox. Some may, like me, come from a very liberal background. Sailing, martial art, dabbled in communism. As a college student, I dabbled in it, and I found within few months that this doesn't work. Communism as a theory will not work. I could analyze it and find out it doesn't work. Not easy to leave communist parties if you're joined, okay? I was threatened and things like that, but I know how to handle threats, so no big deal.
I grew up in communism.
Doesn't work. Yeah. So, come from different backgrounds. But what is the understanding all through? Your Ananda. That's all. Understanding is one. Background may be different. Teaching may be different. Lifestyles may be different. Lifestyles may be different. Some people will live prim and proper life, proper. Some people will live wild lives. Does it matter anymore? If you can relate to them, you can learn from them. I learned from Swami Dayanji, traditional, contemporary. I learned from very orthodox teachers. One of the teachers I learned from in Rishikesh. Can we talk to your teacher right now? Swamiji, it's 3 o'clock in the morning there. Huh? It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. How can it be 3 o'clock in the morning there? He had gone to States at that time. Swamiji, the time difference. Okay, sir. How can that be? So actually, I got a globe and the sun, and I explained how the whole thing is. Acha, okay, fine. He understood immediately. He was orthodox enough, and he didn't understand this basic fact. He didn't know. But I told him, that's interesting. That's correct. But yeah, we have heard that the whole thing is rotating. So it's rotating, then relative to the sun, it is rotating. So it has to be like that. He had walked out of home when he was 14, 15. Why? He heard that Dhruva walked out to see Dhruva Nakshatra, and he became the star after that. So I also want to see God like that. 14, 15, he walked away from home, came to Rishikesh, met a called Vishnu Devananda, Kailas Ashram head. Told him, you know the truth, I'll teach you the truth. But you must do whatever I tell you. Done. Go, join the Sanskrit college. Finish your education in Sanskrit. Okay, done. You studied in Sanskrit. But nowadays, these old Sanskrit schools now have got modern science, etc. Those time it didn't do that. Can you imagine reading about physics and all in science? Swami Dayananda's Vidyaguru. He came from a very different background. Understanding is what? I'm Brahman, I'm Anandoham. He went to Coimbatore because he heard Swamiji has put up an ashram there. He said, Swamiji called him, please come and see this. I'm creating teachers for the future. Come. He came. Then Swamiji said, it's winter there now. Why don't you stay here for the whole winter and take it easy? It's cold. Take it. So he'd speak to the students, that, etc. Then I got a call from one of my friends who's a doctor, who's studying in the course there. Swami Tarandagiri is depressed. My first question was, who's the idiot who made that? Someone who's saying, I'm Ananda, is going to be depressed. So which is that idiot who made that? Because she's a doctor, who called me as a doctor herself, okay? Sometimes I can be tough, and this is one of those things. So it's all the signs are there. I said, you made a diagnosis of depression. Have you ruled out all physical causes? So it's only an MRI of the next day's flight. By the time they had done the MRI, they found the carotid artery was blocked. So the blood supply to the brain was minimalistic. So they gave him the drugs and they did some procedure, all that. Then he came back to normal function. I said, Swamiji, what had happened to you? I said, my buddhi was not working. So, Mastaram. If your brain is not functioning, what can you do? See, if your hand or leg is not functioning, you can do so many other things. No? The brain is not functioning. Can't function. As a body, I can't function because brain is not functioning. I am witnessing that. Mastaram. He is not sitting depressed, he is sitting ananda. For others, it looked different. Are you seeing this? Different types, different people, different this. But knowledge is one and the same. Bhajagovindam. Now, that's a book of Pratipaksha Bhavana, etc. Every verse that is there is not exactly true. It is the opposite standpoint. When someone says money is everything, the book will come and say money is nothing. Opposite stand. So you come to a balance. The truth is in between. Money has got some value, it's not everything. That's it. It is not nothing, it is not everything. It's got some value. That it brings about balance in life. So there one of the verses say that Yogaratova, Bhogaratova. He's reveling in a life of yoga, discipline, control, everything. Bhogarataha, living a life of bhoga, all enjoyments, everything. Okay. Sangaratova, he's always in company, always 20 people around him. Sangha Vihina, he's a loner. Yasya Brahmani Ramate Chittam, one whose mind is reveling in Brahman. Nandati, Nandati, Nandatyeva. That person is Ananda. One whose mind, it doesn't depend on your life. You can be a sadhu, you can be a yogi, you can be a householder, you can be anything in life. What does it matter? What does it matter? Do you know the truth? Yep, that's all that matters. I know I'm. That means what? It shows approaches, lifestyle. This is not the important thing. The knowledge is the important thing. So, what is conducive for you to gain this knowledge? Do that. What is conducive for you? What do you need? Like when I was in the ashram, for a lot of people in the ashram, somebody said, somebody else he said, okay, allowed evening walk in the park next to the ashram and come back. That much is allowed. Yes, Swamiji, what discipline should I follow? My life was very different before. No rules. He said to me, no rules. You lived a life of rules all your life. In the Navy, this, that, etc. So now decondition yourself from all rules. I like that. Believe me, a lot of my batchmates were envious of me. Because life of discipline. So now what do I need? Freedom from that. Can you see? No tea people are given the same sadhana. No tea people follow the same path. Each person is given what the person needs. He never asked me to go to the temple and do a puja. He never asked me to do a private puja. Nothing. He said, you're free from all rules. I said, great. Naturally, freedom is the goal, freedom is the way. If you're ready, freedom is the goal, freedom is the way. What else is it? But that innate natural discipline is there. So you'll get up on time and meditate. You'll be in class on the time. All that will be done. You'd send me into town to do some work because Bombay, I know the place. But even if I've gone into town, I'll be back in time for the class. That won't be missed. Yeah. Sometimes I'll go into town, meet my friends, have dinner with them, come back. Miss the last bus from Sakyanaka to. No cabs will come. The cabs are scared to come in that area now. Now, of course, a very bustling area. 24 hours, you'll get a rickshaw or a cab. Those days, cabs won't come. Babaji, if someone kills us and puts us in the drain in the canal, nobody will find our body for 3 days. So we are not coming there. After 9:30 in the night, last bus was at 9:30. From there, it's about 6 kilometers. What do? 6 kilometers only. You walk. 1 hour you'll reach. Less than an hour you'll reach. So I'll reach there to find the watchman sleeping. So I'll jump over the gate, take the watchman stick, go to my room because he's sleeping. He has not seen me jumping over the gate. So morning the watchman will come. Babaji, please give me my stick. I said, what stick? You are the only person who had not come back last night. I must have dozed off. And my stick was missing. It must be you only. I said, good. He's smart, at least in inferring properly. He deserves a stick back. Hey, what I'm saying is, your life in an ashram, okay? Discipline. Lifestyle varies. Same batch, lifestyles will vary. Same batch, listen. What is the underlying thing? What is common in everyone? Gain this knowledge. You're a sadhu, you're a householder, it doesn't matter. Focus on the knowledge. Focus on what discipline you need. Somebody else may be given some discipline, you may be given another discipline. That's okay. Because what you need is given to you. There are certain common things because most people come from a certain common background. So you may find similar disciplines. In an ashram setup, we are all varied characters. Each one is an evolutionary sample. I'm talking about myself and our batchmates, okay? Each one is different. Some are innocent, naive people. Someone like me, what innocence? We've been there, done that. Everything in the book we done plus some. What is it? Everyone. Knowledge. Focus is on the knowledge. This one thing I can't get tired of emphasizing. Hold on to the knowledge. Everything else will come through. Focus is on the knowledge. You can do anything and everything you want. Never lose sight of the knowledge, of the learning. Teacher is available, learn from the teacher. Teacher is not available, listen to the videos. Poor substitute, but it is something. Yeah. Ideal, learn from a live teacher. Live teacher, that's the ideal thing. Okay. Second best, Zoom, etc. Third best, recordings, etc. Don't try to read a text you have not heard and try to understand. Guaranteed you will misunderstand. Guaranteed you will misunderstand. The Upanishads are like that. So you can always reread something you already read and get the further nuances. Otherwise, listen to Sampradaya with Acharyas. Sampradaya with means one who knows the methodology of teaching, of forming concepts, breaking concepts, and getting you into that. That, if he is doing, you are on the right track. You can't be misguided. Go to somebody who's teaching the Shastra. If you're saying, this is my own experience I'm teaching you, you don't know is valid for you. His own experience is valid for him. May not be valid for you. There's an element of subjectivity in it. Shastra, you can't go wrong. Your interpretation may be a little bit dicey, but you can't be completely wrong. You may emphasize one thing or the other, but you can't be wrong. Go to someone who is not postponing your moksha. Saying you're free right now. You're pending discovery, you're free. Not someone who's postponing it. These are some guidelines for you to find who's the right person. Yeah. Go to somebody you can relate to. It's important. Everyone cannot relate to everyone. Like this young man walked into my class. Not young man, middle-aged man. The class was in an office, conference room. Because you take a class where you find the place, okay? Conference. So the entrance to the office, there's a huge Ganapati statue. Lamp used to be lit. Traditional enough. But he come to the class, the hall, conference hall, there is no lamp, there is no photograph of that. Here also, there is no photograph of that. This is not traditional class. I will go somewhere else. Okay? Okay. Everyone can't relate to you, and he couldn't relate to somebody like me. He came from an orthodox background. What to do? I don't have a problem. He has. So let him find someone who is appropriate for him. Because if you can't relate to a teacher, how do you learn? Relate to a teacher who's kind at the same time who doesn't hesitate to confront you. Important. Equally important. If you're learning from someone like this, you're on track. He may be different. His personality may be different. Doesn't matter. His personality may not be what you think a sadhu should be, what a teacher should be. That's why many people can't relate to me. I don't fit the normal mold of a sannyasi. Come to India, I'll show you something. I don't fit that mold. I refuse to fit that mold. Yeah. I'm an urban Swami. Okay. Who has spent years in Rishikesh. So I can walk both the paths. Okay. Hearing some secret? Head of a Naga Baba Mat Sampradaya comes to me some years ago when I was a student in Rishikesh. Come with me. Speak to your teacher and come with me. I said, why? After 6 years, the next Kumbh Mela, I will make you my successor. This is a huge post. You know, to be head of that matha means the Prime Minister will call you if you need something in the Sadhu society. It is that type of position. I said, Maharaji, I'm not from your Sampradaya. I don't know your traditions. Yeah, Naga Babas are into martial arts and something. That is the only thing common I have with your Sampradaya. Nothing more than that. And the Shastra, of course, I'm learning. Why do you need someone like me? You have so many students. I have come from an English-speaking background, not from a Hindi-speaking background. He says, that's exactly why I want you. I want someone to be able to take the Akhada to the next century. That man had vision. But I had not finished my studies. So I gave him the only excuse that was acceptable. Maharaji, Guru Seva Baki hai. I still have to do Seva to my Guru. That's still that. He laughed. He understood what I'm saying. I'm telling him a very, very polite no. In the most politest way possible. So, Acha, Guru Bhakti hai. Acha hi hai. Baat mein dekh lega. I was scared. He will go and tell my teacher. My teacher says yes. I'll have to be bam bam bolo. Alak Niranjana, Bhavamaya Bhanjana. I can be, it's not that I can't be, but that was too early. I can play that role. It's a role. What difference does it make? Yeah, what difference does it make? But a lot of time gets wasted. Why? Every 2 years, 3 years, there's a Kumbh Mela somewhere or the other. And you have to be there for a whole month, 40 days. Too much. Too much of time. I'd rather spend that 40 days in teaching. Yeah. I mean, I don't mind going for 1 or 2 ceremonial baths. That much is okay. More than that is too much of time wasted. You know how it is. You've been to Kumbh Melas, okay? Even the Kumbh, she was there. She knows all the akhadas. One of those akhadas, I won't tell which one. Juna. But don't tell Avadeshanandi because it'll be odd for him to know that, you know, he got it because I refused it. So don't tell him.
I met him.
Yeah, you met him, you know. He's English speaking, he knows.
Yes,
You know.
he is English.
Yeah. So he got. I said, I'm happy. The Mandaleshwar wrote what I wanted. I am doing what I want. Both are happy. And he's doing what he wants. He's also happy. So win-win all round. It's good. So what I'm trying to say is, traditional is a role. Modern is a role. You can swing from one to the other. Why? Because you're taking a stand on this knowledge. Knowledge is freedom. The knowledge is freedom. What does it matter what you do? Yeah. What does it matter? It doesn't matter. You do that, you live by your knowledge. Focus on the knowledge. Then he's now giving simple examples. You're already familiar with the whole knowledge. Dhritam iva payasi nigudham bhute bhute vasati vijnanam satatam manti tavyam manasa manthana bhuteen. Dhritam iva, like the butter. Payasi nigudam, in the buttermilk, how it is hidden. You're given curds or buttermilk. The curds you're given. There is butter inside. Do you see the butter? You don't see the butter. You only see the curds. Similarly, bhute bhute vasati. In every being, the consciousness is there, not seen. Known as the I, but not seen. It is there. Therefore, satatam mantayutavyam manasa. Therefore, like how you'll churn the curds to get the butter, churn your mind, your concepts, your ideas with the help of the teaching, and know the truth, he says. Churn it out. Churn it. This is an example, traditional example, where churning was done to get the butter. Nowadays, where you get the butter? Supermarket. You tell a kid now, churn. What is churning? That's how you get the butter from the milk. Butter from the milk? How do you get butter from the milk? Get butter from the supermarket. Don't worry, a time will come when you can say milk also from the supermarket, not from the cow. Already there, I think.
Yes.
There are kids who have not seen the cow.
Yeah.
I remember my friend's daughter. She grew up in Pedder Road. Okay, young girl, 6, 7 years. So she came to Rishikesh with her father. 6, 7 years. And she's a 40-year-old girl now. Okay. And we're waiting for Swamiji to come out. And she sees me across. Swamiji, I went out and I saw a cow. For her, it is a big experience seeing a cow. So what? Cow, curds, butter. Far removed. Anyway, so he gives a traditional example, like how you get the butter from the curds. Okay. Similarly, use the mind as a churning rod and churn your mind. The mind itself is churned by the mind, by the learning. You churn it until you, from all these concepts, you take the essence of the consciousness, understanding that I am that consciousness, that essence of the knowledge, you take it out. It's buried under a lot of notions, get it out from all the notions.
Is that deconditioning?
Conditioning, yeah.
Deconditioning.
Decondition the mind. Yeah. And decondition from the ignorance. That deconditioning can happen only with this knowledge. Can't happen with anything else. Then he gives another example. This is a very traditional example. Jnanena netram samadhaya chiddhyodhari dahina param nishkalam niranjanam jnanam tad brahmaham asti sprutam. Jnanena atram samadhaya udhred aknivat param. Okay, the example is taking the rope of knowledge, he says. Churn the sticks for the fire. Now, what is this churning? Okay, this is a traditional way of lighting fire for a yaga. It's a traditional yaga done for example, this is done not for every yaga. Let us say you're doing a serious one, prana pratishtha of a temple. For that, you have to do the yaga. So, how will you do it? You'll have a block of wood with a small hole there. You'll have another with a small depression. You will put a rod in between. You will keep some inflammable materials in the hole below, in the depression below. Press from the top. 2 students, young students, will be pressing from the top. And one stout young student will take a rope and rotate this stick. Friction. So by friction, you will generate heat and the whole thing will catch fire. Similarly, he says, let the fire of knowledge be born in your mind by churning it. Churning it. The rope is the knowledge. Grasping the rope of knowledge. The Shastra. Churn your mind with the help of the Shastra until the fire of knowledge blazes across. Example. Traditional example is saying, hey, because that means what? The Upanishad, the statement, Manasa eva anudrashtavyam. Yan manasa na manute. That which cannot be known by the mind has to be understood by the mind alone. We think we can transcend the mind and get the knowledge. Sorry, the Upanishad does not agree with that. That which is beyond the mind has to be known by the mind. That's the statement. Manasa eva anudrashtavyam. Yan manasa na manute. Yan manasa na manute. Yena manasa manutam. That which cannot be thought of, but that because of which the mind thinks. Tadeva brahmatvam vidhi. Know that to be Brahman. Kenopanishad. that which is not an object of your thought, but because of which thinking can happen. That consciousness is Brahman, not what you think about here. Naidam yadidam upasate. So, all these statements.
I have a question. Sir.
Yeah.
How can one understand the unlimited with a limited mind?
Yeah, good question. How can, by a limited mind and limited words, you understand the truth?
Yeah, how can you translate something that's like
Exactly. If the truth was different from you, you'll never understand it. By a limited mind or limited words. The truth happens to be you. Here am I, a conscious being, with the body, mind, this, that, etc. Correct? I'm the conscious being. I'm the reality, really speaking. But I have taken myself to be this. And I manifest in the mind also. I manifest in this body. And I have notions about myself. So, what is the style of teaching? From this conscious being, you negate everything that is false. Keep negating. For negating, you're using your mind. Okay? Are you the body? Drigdrishya Viveka. Seer, seen, not the body, not your prana, not your mind, not your emotions, not your thinking, not your knowledge, not ignorance. What am I? Here, up to here, you can do it on your own. Up to the fact that you're the Sakshi, the witness, you can do it on your own. An intelligent person can do on your own. This is called Atmanatma Viveka. This much you do. Then the words of the Shastra comes. You, the awareful being, is limitlessness. How? Then you have to explain what is limitlessness. Dismiss time and space like how I did yesterday. You're always there for that. If you dismiss time and space, from this conscious being, you're dismissing the limitation of time and space. Is the conscious being known to you or unknown to you? Conscious being, not limitless. I am is known to you. No? I exist, I am. That is self-evident. So about this self-evident reality, there is an ignorance. So I just have to point out that the self-evident reality is not the finite being you thought you were. It is freedom from time and space. You can understand it because it is you. How does the knowledge take place in your mind? Let's look into this. To know anything in the world, okay, the mind has a twofold process. The mind has to take the form of the object. First process. Yeah, light reflecting, all that you can say. But finally speaking, mind has to take the form of the object. This is necessary to remove the remoteness of the object from you in terms of time and space, or time, space and ignorance, both. Maybe time and space is far away and I'm ignorant of it. Or it may be right in my hand, but I'm ignorant about it. So time and space division is not the ignorance division. So this mind taking the form of the object is necessary. Then I have to have a subject-object relationship to say, I know this. So then you know the first operation is called vritti vyapti. The vritti happens in the mind, vritti vyapti. Second operation is called phala vyapti. Phalam, the result. Subject-object gives you the result finally. No? This is how knowledge takes place. Now, whether it's a pot or a cot or a laptop or others, anything. This is how you know things in the world. Now, you are talking about the self. Okay? Vritti Vyapti has to take place because it's not away from you in time and space, but away in terms of ignorance. So we need that Vritti, the mind taking the form, to negate the ignorance. Phala Vyapti is not possible nor necessary. It is not possible because the mind takes the form of the consciousness and is consciousness. So subject-object relationship is not possible. Nor is it necessary to establish a relationship because I already know I am. I am is a known thing. If that was not there, you would not know it. I am is already known, self-evident.
Self-illumined.
Yeah, self-evident, Swayam Jyoti, etc. Those are the terminologies used. Swata Siddha, Swata Jyoti. All these terms are used to indicate I know I am. The ignorance is the result of what I am. So the Vritti Vyapti takes place. Phala Vyapti cannot take place, need not take place. So what remains? Kritva Jnanam Swayam Nashit. Having given the knowledge, it dies down. The Vritti dies down. Because form of a consciousness, what is form of consciousness? It's a resolving Vritti. Paper Vritti stands separate from me. This Vritti will not stand separate. It's resolved into the consciousness. What remains? Flame of awareness that you are. All that is left is you, the consciousness, you, the awareness. That's it.
So the self is revealed in the light of consciousness.
Is that exactly? The whole knowledge is revealed in the light of consciousness, but not a subject object.
Yeah.
So, with respect to the first operation, Vritti Vyapti, the Upanishads will say, Manasa eva anudrushtavyam. By the mind alone, it has to be known. With respect to the second operation, not possible, it will say it's beyond the mind. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. If you take any one, only one. If you take the second one, yato vacho nivartante, you will say it is transcendental reality. There's no way I can figure it out. If you take only the first option, you'll make it an academic study. You have to take both. Because the pramana is holistic. You have to take the whole pramana. You can't say half the pramana. Like, after all, I go to the Shastra and take what I want. That's good for a buffet meal. That's not for a pramana. After all, we have to agree to disagree and take what it is. No? Good for a cooperative society. Not for knowing the truth. You can't say in physics, well, you can take the electron as a particle, I will take it as a wave motion. No. If you are studying the electron, you take it as both. There is no in between choice. It is not fanaticism. It is being factual. It is being objective. So if you take both together, you understand the truth. Mind has to know it. At the same time, it is beyond the mind.
So I think people are trying to quantify it, and
Yeah,
that's the
yes.
problem, isn't
Yeah,
it?
if you take it only one, you'll try to quantify it. If you take it the other, you'll try, it's all beyond. And then you will go, you'll become beyond Ananda. There's an author called Beyond Ananda. You should read his books. Oh my God, it's so funny. He's written some books. He has made a parody of Vedanta. It's brilliant. Called Beyond Ananda. Brilliant book. But as all my books, anything written in English goes out and doesn't come back. It's circulating among some of my students. So this is the thing. So manasa eva anudrishtam. It has to be known by the mind. What is beyond the mind? It's beyond the mind, but it's also in and through the mind. This kid comes and asks me, Swami uncle, typical Indian language, Swami uncle, what is space? Oh, space. Out there yonder where all the sun and the moon and the stars are, that beta is space. Okay. Uncle, when I grow big, I will go in a rocket and see space. Is it the child's fault? It is this idiot's fault. Why? I said, out there, I didn't point out to the child the immanent nature of space. What is there between you and me is space. When you feel hungry, what is there in your stomach is space. If you don't understand this, there is a lot of space. I have to point out the transcendental nature and the immanent nature. Only when it gets a different philosophy altogether.
I
So
guess it's NASA's fault as well. They keep
Yeah.
making you think, oh, you've got to go far away
Yeah.
to discover
Yeah.
this, that.
So the truth is beyond all this.
Yeah,
No.
a bit of programming, though.
Yeah, that's why it says here. It is in and through like butter in the like the flame in the wood. Churn it and you get it. See, the immanent nature is being pointed out. Because it happens to be me. What can I do? The truth happens to be me. I can only thank God it is me. Because I can know it, otherwise I would never know it. How will I know if it is beyond me? How can I experience something which is beyond the mind? You will give examples. People give examples. Like a pole vaulter running up. He uses the mind as a pole and he goes beyond the thing. So who is transcending? Atma need not transcend, is already beyond everything. Mind cannot transcend. So who is transcending? Tell me. Atma cannot transcend. You, the ahankara, ego. So the ego is the mind, cannot transcend. The ego is the mind. Without the mind, there is no ego. It's a conceptual self. The concept can't transcend. Atma need not transcend. Who is transcending? You're stuck. Because the immanent nature is not clear. If you understand the immanent nature, then it's complete. Otherwise, it's incomplete. You see the whole thing, how it comes. The beauty of the whole thing is there, right here. This is the sampradaya of teaching. The whole thing comes here. Transcendental and immanent, both. Then you get it. It's feasible for a human being to understand it. Why? Because really speaking, you're not a human being. Human being is a role you're playing. You're limitless consciousness playing the role of a human being. So you can get it all the time. Yeah. Thank God the truth happens to be you. Yeah, that makes it so easy. And it's so easy. Really speaking, truth is easy. We are unnecessarily complicated. Yeah, it's easy. Okay, then Sarvabhoot Adivasam Yad Bhuteshu Vasatyapi Sarva Anugrahakatvena Tadasyaham Vasudeva Sarvabhuta Adivasa. The abode of all beings. All beings are what? In consciousness alone. And yet bhuteshu cha vasati. And where is the consciousness? In and every. See, look at it. The transcendent aspect, immanent. Everything is in the reality. And the reality is in and through everything. Transcendental, immanent. Both has to come into the picture. Both has to come into the picture. Transcendental, immanent. That which is the source for everything, that which is in and through everything. Okay. Okay. Sarva anugrahakatvena. As the one who blesses everybody, especially the seekers of this knowledge, one who blesses everything. Okay. Tadasmi aham Vasudevaha. That is me, Vasudevaha. Vasudeva is a name for Krishna. Son of Vasudeva is Vasudeva. Son of Dasharatha is Dasharati. Dasharati can be anyone. Generally referred to Rama, but it can be any of the four brothers. So similarly here, Vasudeva. Vasudeva is Krishna. Son of Vasudeva. So I am Krishna is. Krishna is his Upasya Murti, okay? Krishna is his Ishta Devata. He worships Krishna. That's me. Why? Krishna is also nothing but pure consciousness. I'm also nothing but pure consciousness. What is the difference? The father and son are the one. The father and son are the one. None comes to the father but through me. Correct. You can understand the father only through a teacher. So through me you come. But that's not the official explanation, but this is it. We understand it. So there it is.
That was like Christianity. Then.
Yeah. No issues. I mean, I can relate to any religion and put it there. Not an issue. Not the official version. The official version is heaven going, etc., etc. That's different. Yeah. So this is the thing. Can you say Isharoham? Brahmaham asmi iti. Because Ishara is nothing but consciousness. Samji, then why is there a wise person worship after that? Because worship is functional. In functional, is the totality. I am a finite entity, functionally. In reality, there's only one consciousness. There's no worshipper and worshipped. There's only one consciousness. Yeah. I think we missed one verse here. There's a verse like that here. I think we missed that. No. Yeah, we saw it yesterday. Sorry. Okay. There is neither the student nor the teacher, neither the seeker nor the sought. What is there is one reality alone. Nityesha Paramarthatah. The teacher and the sought both have disappeared into one consciousness. The seeker and the sought have disappeared into one consciousness. What remains? One consciousness. That's all that remains. What next? What next? Do whatever you want. You're free. What is next after the next? Freedom alone remains. That's all that is there. You're free. Samji, how should a wise person do? However you want it. Whatever you want. I think I should be a monk. Okay. No, I think I prefer to continue as a householder. Okay. And to be single and roam the world. Fine. I want to teach yoga in this, make people ready for this. Fine. You do whatever you want. I don't want to do anything. There is an English book written by someone called Somerset Maugham, old-time writer. I mean, he writes all sorts of stuff. But there is one book he has written about one of Ramana Maharshi's disciples. He was a pilot in World War I. Yeah, and became a student after that. It is called The Razor's Edge. Okay. Somerset Maugham, The Razor's Edge. It's a quote from Kathopanishad. Walking the path is like walking a razor's edge. Meaning, you have to be very alert in this thing until you know the truth. You will be alert, very alert, it's sharp. So after he studies and he comes to, you know what he decides to do? Says, I can't live in India like a monk with a begging bowl. I can't do that. So what will I do? I'll go back to States and become a taxi driver. The taxi is my begging bowl. He actually becomes a cab driver afterwards. After studying all this knowledge, you're a wise person. So who said a wise person cannot be a cab driver? Who said? A special agent can retire and become a cab driver, no? What is that movie called? There's a movie like that.
Yeah, the Denzel Washington.
Huh?
Denzel Washington, that movie is
Equalizer.
Huh?
Equalizer.
Equalizer, yes, Equalizer. I'm a little bit aware of the movies. Okay?
Equalizer 2.
The three of them, yeah. Yeah.
Three. But two is-
So a retired ghost, a spook, an intelligence officer, become a cab driver because he wants to live in incognito. No one knows. So why can't a wise person deal with that? Don't worry, I'm not going to go and become a cab driver. I gave up drawing long back when I joined the ashram. So now I have to pick it up again. That time I could fine tune cars and work wonders with cars. Now if I open a car, I don't know what is inside. I'm playing a different role. Play any role you want. Live in freedom. Live with this knowledge. You're free whatever you do. One of my friends, 50, he decided to get married and said, no, batchmate, he was with me. He come to Rishikesh and lived like a sadhu. She knows him well, Uday Acharya. He decided to get married and live a married life. That's what he chose to do. That's his freedom he chose. He always wanted to have a married life. That's fine. That's what he chose. So, you're living in freedom. What does it matter? Become a monk, be a monk, be a married man, no, remain like that, single, free. You can have best of both the worlds. Okay, do that. Whatever you want to. You're living in freedom. So this knowledge is something that frees you from everything. Swamiji, but after that, will I be able to parent my child well? Of course. You'll have a great sense of objectivity and love and being able to confront. All that you'll be able to do. So you'll be a great parent. You won't be a permissive parent. You'll be a very objective parent. You'll not be a helicopter parent also. Be a great parent if you want to be a parent. Or if you already are a parent. Because you are living in freedom. With that, we come to end with the text. Okay. If there is no questions, you can call it a day. If you have questions, shoot. Yeah. So that's it.
We are all enlightened.
Huh?
We don't have any questions. We are all enlightened.
So some other time, some other place, or same place. Yeah, because I'm here for the next couple of days with Nisha. Then I go to the yoga festival with Karthik and Wilson. Yoga festival, I'll be there for a whole thing.